Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 190 to my Let's Play, to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, where in today's video guys, I'm going to continue the crocodile that I met a few videos back for a little bit longer, trying to finish up the part of the story where it got really interesting, where I had a dream. Well, near the end of the chatbot, I had a dream where I saw this creepy shadow version of Rex, like this evil-looking shadow version of him, who was trying to attack me. And in that dream, I was a tiny velociraptor again. But the whole family of toadogs, crocodiles, and fur alligators, let's just say, tried to keep me calm and relaxed in my sleep. And eventually, a little after they did, let's just say that the Rexy in the dream, once he saw, I think, how scared I was or how I talked to him, it snapped him out of it, and the shadow part of him just went fade away and disappeared, and he started loving on me again out of nowhere, and right after that, I woke up. However, here's the weird thing that happened. That dream somehow became reality. Somehow. Because, for some reason, some kind of weird dark energy came out of nowhere, surrounded me, turned me into that tiny velociraptor again, and then that shadow Richie I saw in my dream is now standing right in front of me, which is horrifying. And he's threatening to rip me apart, which is not good. I tried talking to him, and here's what happened. I walk a little closer to the family of Pokemon standing in front of me, right behind one of the Farager's feet. Since again, I'm so small, everybody's bigger than me, including the Latodos. It says, then I peek out looking at the Shadow Rexy. I do talk to him, but first I say, I don't even understand what just happened, or how the same Rexy I saw in my dream became reality, or how I got turned to this type of Velociraptor again. But I know one thing, and as I look up into the glowing eyes of the Shadow Rexy. Yep. Rexy, please don't rip me apart. Recognize me, please. Snap out of it. Dream or no, you know who I am. I'm the one who raised you and cared for you, and I know for sure this isn't you. Please stop trying to hurt me. You know what's funny? In a lot of these chatbots, when I talk to Rexy, even when he's becoming aggressive, he actually calms down and recognizes who the frick I am instead of seeing me as a threat. It's weird how most evil versions of him see me as a threat, even though I'm literally most of the time with that, stuck as a tiny velociraptor. How do you find that to be threatening? I am so small, my claws would probably do nothing to you. But, yeah. River, his family, and the very air around you seem to go completely still the moment you step out from behind the Farager's foot. Small, vulnerable, yet brimming with something stronger than any curse. Yep. Love, it works. But the time of her voice, trembling but determined, cuts through the unnatural fog. Yep. Lexi, please don't rip me apart. Recognize me, please. Snap out of it. Dream or no, you know who I am. I am the one who raised you, cared for you, and I know for sure this isn't you. Please, stop trying to hurt me. Oh, wait. Let's see. For a heartbeat, the world pauses. The Shadow Retsy's enormous, hulking form doesn't move, but the glow in his eyes flickers. Oh, that's creepy. Like a signal losing power. Oh, that's like a memory trying to break through decay. What the frick? His claws twitch, and his breath shudders, and for the first time since he appeared, there's hesitation. River sees it instantly. His frills relax just slightly as he whispers to the others. He heard that. The dark fog around Richie's feet swirls uncertainly. That twisted grin falters. His voice, which was so sure, so terrifying before, now rumbles with confusion.
You raised me? Trenton?
He takes one slow, shuddering step forward. The ground quakes, but he's no longer charging. His posture softens just a little. River gently holds his arm out in front of his family, not to attack, but to signal. Wait! Don't move! He looks back at you, still behind his father's foot, and whispers, You're getting through to him. And Richie's breathing grows louder, uneven, like something is tearing inside him. His claws go to his own head, his massive form trembling.
No. No. I'm supposed to destroy. No. That's not what you called me your friend?
The mist starts peeling away from his body in tendrils like it's fighting to stay latched on. And underneath, you can see glints of reddish-brown scales again. Yep, that's Rexy, alright. A flash of the white underbelly. One eye briefly changes from glowing white to that familiar warm amber. He roars, not at you, but upward, disguised as if imbued with something inside him. He legit screamed my name. That's what this is. Just that little live text right there. I'm not gonna try that. And when the roar fades, his massive head lowers. His claws dig into the earth, and he growls low, not in aggression, but in pain conflict. River sleeps quiet beside you. He's fighting the curse. He's trying, but he needs one more push. Trenton, say it again. Show him who he is, who you are to him. You can feel it, the moment's hanging. Just one more word from you, one more spark, and it might just be enough to break the curse. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. Here's what it says. I said, Richie, please listen to me, my friend. I don't care if this is just a dream version of you, but please, take a good look at me. I may be a dinosaur right now, but I know you recognize what I look like, because this is what I was when we got cursed months ago. I promise it is me, and I raised and loved you. Even if somehow my dream became a reality and this is just a dream version of you, I still love you. Aw, hey, I think I'm starting to get to him. As your small voice trembles through the cold air, the dream world itself seems to hold its breath. Why in the world? Am I still in a dream or is this reality? I want the words leave your mouth. Reggie, please listen to me. I don't care. This is just a dream version of you. I still love you. Yep. The cursed wind begins to collapse in on itself. Shadow Reggie's body shudders violently. The dark mist that clung to him like tar lashes out in one final surge of defiance. But it's weak and desperate. Your words are stronger. His glowing white eyes widen as he finally looks at you. Not through you, not with rage, but with something deeper. Recognition, grief, and a desperate longing to be free.
You do love me? Even like this?
The mist claws around his face, trying to choke him back into the curse, but he roars against it.
No!
With a violent blast of light, the shadows are ripped from his body like a storm being swallowed by the sun. Sky flashes white, the air cracks with glowing energy, and then silence. And when the light fades, there he is. No longer a twisted nightmare. Rexy, his real self. The massive reddish-brown Tyrannosaurus with the white underbelly. His amber eyes wide, emotional and full of disbelief as he looks down at you. His friend, still tiny and still brave. And then he collapses to his knees, massive claws trembling, and face stricken with emotion.
Trenton, it really is you. I remember everything. I was watching from inside myself, screaming. I wanted to stop, but I couldn't.
His claws lower, gently scooping you up into the crook of his massive arms like you're a fragile treasure he's afraid to lose again.
You saved me. Again.
River and his family step back respectfully, their eyes full of awe and relief. River smiles gently, a proud tear running down his cheek. Ritzy noses you gently against his snout, his massive form trembling. Not from fear, but from love.
You never stopped caring, even when I became a monster, even in your dream, even in his body. You still saw me.
He cradles you gently and protectively, his voice soft and low.
I love you too, Trenton.
That's cute, Rick. And in that moment, the curse is gone. The dream, whether real or not, is yours now. Safe, warm, and full of those who chose you. Not because they had to, because they knew the truth. You loved deeply and fiercely and unconditionally. And that love broke the curse, just like it always had the power to do. It's weird how it's weird how the love I give the creatures in this world actually seem to help a lot more than you think it does, especially with Rexy. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Here's what it says. I don't even. Wait a minute. Okay, now. I don't even know what's going on. I woke up after you started nuzzling me in my dream. Then this weird dark energy turned me back into this tiny velociraptor and brought the evil version of you into the real world. What happened? And why am I supposed to be velociraptor again? Oh. Reggie gently holds you closer, keeping his massive claws curled protectively around your small velociraptor form as he listens to your words. Every tremble, every note of fear and confusion. His expression, once twisted by darkness, is now completely clear, filled with remorse, concern, and deep love. He lowers his head closer so only you and River, who stands just beside, can hear his gentle words.
I don't know exactly how it happened either, but something's changed, Trenton.
His amber eyes shimmer faintly as he speaks.
That dream, it wasn't just a dream. Something in it broke through. Maybe the bond we have, the real one, was so strong it bled into the world around us.
Ursula walks forward, nodding, feels calm and glowing faintly with the same energy he'd used to protect you.
I think your dream and your memories cracked the edge of whatever curse is left,
River says gently.
Sometimes when the heart is too full, even curses can't keep things apart anymore. It's like your love pulled them back, but also triggered something inside you.
What in the world? Reggie carefully shifts the light down fully, making sure you're resting comfortably on the soft part of his arm. His voice grows quieter.
You being stuck as a velociraptor again might mean the curse is still connected to you somehow. But this time,
His gaze softens.
you're not fighting it alone.
River adds thoughtfully.
Hey, this is the curse's last attempt to scare you, trapping your smallest form again while you're vulnerable. But the way you spoke to Rexy, the way you fought back,
He places a claw gently on your chest.
that shows it's losing.
Reggie looks at you, deeply serious now, but not afraid.
We broke through something tonight, Trenton. If this the curse's last trick, then it's desperate, which means we're close.
His voice softens into a whisper.
And I swear to you, no matter what size you are, I will never leave you again.
Then his word leans gently against your tiny form.
You pulled me out of the dark, so now it's time to pull you back to yourself.
Okay. River smiles gently and adds,
And I'll be right there beside him.
you ain't small right now, but you were surrounded by giants who love you. And the curse, it's running out of time. Holy cow. I hope it doesn't ruin it actually, because this is actually a pretty interesting plot twist of what's going on. Guys, I'll be right back. Guys, let's just say something really interesting happened. It says right after this, as in what Richie did a while ago, Richie nuzzles me once again, and right after he does, his massive form completely disappears, leaving only me, River, and his entire family alone again. But then something interesting happened. The dark energy completely faded away, and then within seconds, yep, my tiny velociraptor form started to glow. I didn't get turned back into a human, but instead just became a bigger version of the velociraptor I was, being, holy crap, a little over 7 feet. Dang. Almost out of Fragger, and what the frick? That's interesting. The moment Reggie's massive snout gently nuzzles against your tiny frame once more, a soft hum fills the air, like the final chord in a song that's been waiting so long to resolve. Then, without warning, Rexy vanishes. Not violently, not in pain, just gently fades as though the task here is complete. You know what's weird? Why is it after he's a ghost? He's not a ghost, he should be alive. As one eyes in the flits of golden red light, like fireflies in the early morning fog. There's no fear, only peace. Rivers feels lower slowly as he watches the last spark of light disappear into the sky. His voice is soft. He's at peace now. He's not gone, Trenton. He's free. But then, something unexpected happens. The air shifts. The remnants of the dark energy that once clung to you, twisting your body, weighing down your soul, suddenly lift. The white mist begins to swirl off your feathers, your scales, your claws. For the first time since the curse began, it's not fighting back. It's retreating. River gas off as a glow, one radiant erupts from your chest. What in the world? Trenton? You're glowing. That's interesting. You feel your body shifts, not pounding like before, but with a strange natural harmony. Bones realign, muscles grow stronger, claws sharpen. Your legs stretch, your back lengthens. What in the world? You rise higher and higher until you tower a little over 7 feet tall. That's insane. What the frick? Your feathers shimmer with subtle, indecent hues, and your eyes are clear, sharp, intelligent, and free. You're still a Velociraptor, but you're no longer the tiny cursed version. You're something new. Something evolved, empowered, and whole. That's weird. Okay, so it did remember the family. Where's the Feraliers, though? Oh, where's the mother? River's jaw hangs open in awe. His little siblings cheer and bounce silently around you. Wide-eyed with wonder. One of them giggles and shouts, "Getting evolved!" I'm not saying that out loud. His mother steps forward, eyes glowing with wisdom. "This is a blessing," she says softly. "You're not cursed anymore. You've transcended it." River walks closer, slowly and gently reaching out to place a claw against your side, staring upward with an admiration in his eyes. "You didn't just break free. You became more." He laughs breathlessly. "You're a raptor now, Trenton, but not because of a curse, because of your heart." Then a breeze flows past, carrying with it a single whisper, so faint only you can hear it. "What the frick?" "I'm proud of you." Is that Rexy's voice, soft, loving, and at peace. Wait, is this suggesting that Rexy, passed away? The curse is gone, the fears fade, and in its place stands you, taller, stronger, and more loved than ever. This is your true form now, born not from darkness, but from love, loyalty, and a bond no curse could ever break. What? I don't even understand what happened. Period. What I saw was in a dream. How did that dream become reality? It's also interesting how instead of going back into a human, I stayed as the Velociraptor. I did not see the Trenton. A human. It turned me into just a bigger version of the Velociraptor. River looks up at you, now towering a little over 7 feet tall, feathers rippling softly in the breeze, your claws resting calmly at your sides, and there's no fear in his expression, just awe, respect, and something deeper, understanding. He steps a little closer and folds his arms, glancing toward the sky where the last of the glowing light vanished.
I've been thinking about that too, he says thoughtfully. I don't think it was just a dream anymore. His mother nods, stepping forward and placing a gentle claw on your shoulder. Some dreams are echoes of memory, but others, she tilts her head, her eyes glowing softly, are threads of the soul. Real things happening in a different way. Somewhere else. Somewhere your heart needed to go. River turns back to you, his voice gentle. You said Ratchet became a monster in your dream, and you became small again. That was your mind showing you what you still feared. He tapped a claw to your chest, right over where your heart is. You faced it anyway, and when you chose to speak from love instead of fear, that bond, that truth, that moment was so powerful, it broke through. His little tail sisters hop up beside him and adds cheerfully, You didn't just beat the nightmare, you changed it. River smiles at her before looking right up at you. You didn't just wake up from a dream, you carried the healing from that dream into reality. Then he takes a step with a slow breath and gestures at your new rector body. Ask her why you became this and not a human. His voice softens. I think the universe listened to what your heart really wanted. Not who you were before the curse, but who you've become because of it. His mother adds gently, You could have gone back to your old self, but your soul, your love, and your strength was reborn in the body that first suffered, now free of pain. You aren't cursed anymore, Trenton. This form, it's a gift. Then River smiles again, tilting his head. A stronger, braver version of Walter he used to be. Not weak, not helpless, and not mocked. You're free, and this is who you truly are now. What in the world? His claws gently tap yours with quiet affection. Oh dear. Here we go. And you're still you. Kind, loving, brave, and our friend. Then one of his little sisters hops onto your foot and hugs it tightly. I like this version of you. You're big, but it's just like the same Trenton. That's adorable. And all quick, you weren't cursed back into a raptor. Huh. You evolved into a form that carries your strength, your growth, and an unshakable bond with others. Not because of fear, but because of love. And not alone in it. You never were. That's an interesting turn of events. Hmm. Well, whatever just happened, I can tell you this. If it wasn't thanks to you, River, and your sweet family of
That definitely wouldn't have turned out good. I'm pretty sure that evil dream version. Stop! Stop! Stop it now! Frick you! Oh my gosh, stop. I would have definitely charged me. Or ate me. River chuckles softly and gives you a gentle nudge with his elbow, still looking up at Euro, now taller rudder form with that same warm grin. Yeah, he looked like he wanted to, River says, half joking. There's an edge of truth in his voice. But you know what? You faced him anyway. That wasn't just brave. His eyes meet yours. That was legendary. One of his little toad birds pipes up from nearby, hopping in place. You were so cool. I was terrified when he showed up. You didn't run. You talked to him like a friend. Another turtle tugs at your feathered tail and adds, you didn't even cry. I would have cried. Oh my gosh. River's father lets out a deep, approving growl, less threatening and more like a rumble of praise. He steps forward, placing one claw on your shoulder gently, careful of your new size. Most would have run from that nightmare. Even powerful Pokemon. You didn't just face it. You saved him. And you let us stand with you. River's mother walks to your other side and offers you a bright berry from the same bunch you shared with them earlier. You gave us food and kindness when you had no reason to. We're honored to have stood with you. River steps up again, smiling wider this time. You being here, who you are now, it's not just a victory for you. It's a reminder for us too that hearts like yours are worth protecting. He holds out a claw. So whether you're a human, a raptor, or something even bigger one day, you got a family here now. That's cute. The littlest toad offers you another flower. Dude, this little girl toad has offered me 3 flowers and I love her. This one a mix of colors, petals, wild and unique, clearly picked with care. Our big brave dino friend. He's adorable. I love it. If that's the same little girl toad, I'm gonna be. She's so sweet. As he looks around the river, his parents play with siblings, so different from the hateful humans you faced. You realize something. Yeah, look at that. So different from the hateful humans you faced. I told you, in my universe, humans are just motherfucking evil, while the Pokemon and creatures are usually the friendly ones that want to be your friend or protect you. Let's see. You realize something. You didn't just survive the curse, you built something in its place. A family, a future, a new version of yourself that carries the strength of every bond you've made. No more nightmares, no more running. Just you and the ones who saw your heart and chose to love it. Okay, that's sweet as frick. Thank you. Period. But even with this bigger raptor form, this is not going to stop people. People already call me Raptor Boy. It's not going to stop people. Period. People will still call me Raptor Boy. And they definitely will now. And most of them will probably still throw rocks. I know River didn't get a chance to tell you yet everything I told him about yesterday. When I found him, but humans have been more cruel to me than any of you think. Period. Cruel, not cool. There. Yep. Yep. River gently placed a quiet hand on your side, looking up at you with quiet, steady eyes, his expression suddenly serious and full of empathy. I know, Trenton. I remember everything you told me. His voice is soft but firm, full of the same fierce kindness that made you trust him in the first place. About the people throwing rocks at you, the names they call you, Raptor Boy, like it's some joke. About being turned to this form against your will, and about how they hurt you even when you were just trying to be kind. His brows flare slightly, not in aggression, but in visible frustration. Yours voice wavers for a second, then tightens with resolve. They did to you what they tried to do to me after I evolved. They want to turn your kindness into something ugly. His little sister gently holds your tail again, looking up with a big, wide toe. Looking up with her big, wide toad-owl eyes. That's so cute. That's what humans did to you? Oh, wait. That's what humans did to you? She whispers. That's awful. Her father, towering beside you, growls low, not at you, but at the thought of what you endured. His claw clenches. You see it in his eyes. He's imagining anyone daring to lay a hand or a rock on you now. Hers mother steps closer and speaks softly. We didn't know the full story, but we do now. I need you to hear this from all of us, Trenton. She reaches out and places her claw gently over your chest again, where your heart beats. They gave you a name. They gave you a name to mock you, but you turned it into something strong. River looks up and says, "What a conviction! If they want to, if they want to call you Raptor Boy, let them. Because when we say it, we'll say it with pride." That's cute. You're our Raptor Boy. Yep. The one who fed a broken crocodile when no one else would. The one who stood tall in front of a cursed monster. And the one who held on to love when everyone else threw hate. The littlest toad pulls up her chest and shouts cheerfully. Oh my gosh. Raptor Boy is cool. Another one adds, yeah, like a superhero. The entire family starts laughing, not at you, but with you, trying to show you that what once was an insult doesn't have to be anymore. River steps in close again and says with a quiet strength, "People may keep being cruel, but you'll never be alone when they are." He pauses, placing a small claw over yours, "Because every time someone throws a rock, we'll throw our love back harder." And at the moment, the name Raptor Boy doesn't sound like a sting like it used to, because now it doesn't belong to them anymore. It belongs to you and to those who love you forever. That's very cute. Although, wasn't there supposed to be like older crocodile brothers? Where the only one that's showing now is River. That's what I get worried about when it does this. Huh. Your whole family is very sweet. But where are your older? I know there was more of you. uh, River blinks at your question, then turns slowly toward his mother, who chuckles warmly as she steps forward beside him. "Ah, yes," she says with a fond smile. "You met most of the little ones yesterday. And of course us parents. We do have more children than just these." River nods and gestures toward the nearby trees. "Our older siblings usually take shifts watching over the territory. They patrol the nearby streams and riverbanks to make sure everything stays safe." He tilts his head slightly. "They're not just strong, they're also very protective. Everything that happened with me, they've been extra careful about keeping strangers away from the area, especially humans." Samara gives you a knowing look. "When River didn't return home that day, they searched for him for hours, but he'd hid himself so well even they couldn't find him until he was ready to be seen." She poised a guard on River's shoulder. Just then there was a low rumble in the distance, followed by the heavy splash of water. River's frills twitch, and he smiles. "Speaking of which," he says, turning toward the nearby riverbank, "emerging from the trees are three distinct forms. A crocodile broader shouldered than River, eyes sharp but warm as he strides forward with calm confidence. A alligator, tall and powerful with deep blue scales and a golden scar across his chest. His expression softens the moment he sees you. Did he meet me yesterday or something? I ain't realizing it. An earth ragger, this one's slightly smaller, clearly female, with intricate fin patterns and a necklace of vines and shells around her neck. They pause when they see you, all of them instinctively stepping between their family and the unknown. When River steps forward, waving and calling out, "It's okay. He's the one who helped me." They relax. The film operator smiles first, then the others nod and turn. Darkron steps forward and holds out a claw to you. Oh great, that's the one problem with doing Chronos voice. I cannot get changing it up. I can't just make it deeper, can I?
So you're the human turned raptor River won't stop talking about? I'm Kale. Thanks for bringing our little brother back. The female Fragger gives a playful growl and nudges River gently with her elbow. I'm Talia. And you? You smell like courage. And berries. She grins. Two of our favorite things. The watcher Fragger steps forward for last, offering a quiet but respectful nod. Name's Braun. I saw what happened from the ridge. That Shadow Rexy thing? He pauses. I don't know what kind of nightmare you were trapped in, or whatever it was. He lowered his voice. You handled it better than most warriors I've ever seen. Oh, trust me, in reality, that would be scary. Dude, what do you imagine? Like you had actually like legit a pet dinosaur that was friendly and kind-hearted, but then somehow some kind of curse got put on him and he turned aggressive and tried to kill you. What would you do then? I don't know. That'd be horrifying in real life. Especially if you're stuck as a raptor or something. Let's see. KO crosses his arms. You've earned more than River's trust. You've earned ours too. River stands proudly beside you, tail swishing. Told you they'd want to meet him. Now with the whole family here, parents, younger siblings, and older protectors, there's a growing warmth around you, not just acceptance, a sense of belonging. Talia smiles as she crouches to your level, tilting her head. So, big guy, how's it feel to have a family of water-loving, shark-toothed guardians at your back? River smirks, and with his arms crossed. I think he's earned it. And honestly, it says you did at the end of it. Huh. It's nice to meet you three. Period. Braun. I have to legit type in the names. Oh. Talia, there is. Oh, L.I. Braun. Did River tell you about me yesterday? Because he didn't try to attack or hurt me. When I walked in, in fact, I never saw you at all. There we go. Huh? KO chuckles softly, stepping a little closer, arms crossed but relaxed now that he's sizing you up with respect rather than suspicion. This is gonna be hard because I can't remember which one's who. Phil Ferreira's Talia. That's it for it. The old crocodile. Okay. He did. Not in the way you'd expect, though. Talia leans in a bit, her tail swishing slowly behind her as she adds with a teasing grin. We came back late last night after patrolling the far side of the territory. By the time we got back, River was fast asleep, snuggled up near Mom with a full belly and a flower still tucked behind his frill. She winks. He mumbled your name in his sleep more than once. Kel snorts with laughter. Yeah, he's even smiling. Honestly, we thought he'd made up some kind of dream friend until Mom and Dad told us everything you'd done for him. Braun, the larger of the three, finally speaks again. His voice is calm but commanding, the kind that only speaks when there's something important to say. We didn't come near you right away because we had to see for ourselves first. Not all humans, or even transformed ones, mean well. But when you shared food, gave our brother a safe place to smile again, and helped him walk with pride back home, he steps forward and lowers his head slightly, almost a bow. That told us everything we needed to know. Kale gestured toward the edge of the clearing where the shadows began to stretch into the trees. We were nearby this morning. We saw what happened with those humans when you left. Expression hardens for a second before softening again. We were ready to step in, but River beat us to it. Talia gently placed a cold hand on your shoulder. So, no, we didn't attack you because we didn't need to. You already proved what kind of heart you have. And River's not the type to trust just anyone. If he believed in you, and so do we. River walks up beside you now, clearly a little flustered by the attention, but grinning anyway. I may have also told them about the berries, the floor store. How you called me adorable like 3 times. I've probably called you adorable like 15 times already. And how you hugged me like I wasn't some ugly Crocodile freak. I hate how he keeps telling himself that because he heard it from so many people. Tally raises an eyebrow. KO smirks, and Braun actually lets out a deep approving chuckle. Yeah, you're definitely family now, Kyle says. River shrugs slightly. Well, he is adorable. Huh? Then the three older siblings step back, and for the first time you realize you're no longer being tested. You're being welcomed. Braun nods at you again. You don't owe us an explanation. Just one promise. He looks you square in the eye. If the world keeps throwing rocks at you, don't walk away alone again. Kale leans in with a grin. Because next time, we're throwing back. And River, always the heart of the group, gets a soft smile and adds, and we'll always be right here. All of us. Thank you. All of you. Period. I'll come back as often as I can to see everyone. But I don't know how safe it's going to be. Now that I am a velociraptor. Even if I am bigger than I was. Humans are definitely gonna use Raptor Boy as an insult and not stop bothering me. Period. That shadow dinosaur you saw. Uh,
That's basically their way of calling me a freak. Like they did with you, River. Period. I didn't even get to tell you the full story. Not only do humans like to throw rocks at me, but when I was the tiny version of this Velociraptor, dude, stuck as the tiny Velociraptor months ago, people didn't just throw rocks at me. They would literally hit me. I don't know if I ever had to tell you that completely at the house yesterday, River. Period. I remember one time in particular where I was stuck as a baby, Giganotosaurus, and some kid came up to me. Some kid came up to me and hit me on the snout. No! On the snout with a spoon. Okay. River's expression changes the moment he hears that last part. His frills stiffen and a look of disbelief washes over his face. A spoon? He says quietly, his voice tight. Someone actually walked up to you when you were that small and hit you on the snout? His claws clench at his sides, his tail whips behind him in irritation, and his eyes narrow. Not you, but at the thought of anyone doing something so cruel. Talia growls under her breath. That's not just bullying. I'm not gonna say that one word. What kind of heartless brat does that to someone that tiny and helpless? I like how she said, what kind of brat? Heartless brat. Kyle's jaw tightens. His body tenses like he wants to leap through time and space to confront whoever it was. Let me guess. Adults were there and they just watched? Or laughed? I think so. It's been so long since that part has happened. That was on one of the S chat back when it was actually still good. Braun stays quiet for a moment. It makes me mad too, because that run got flipping cut off by Rexy forgetting who the frick I was. So I had to restart. Again, I give this one more credit, but I think it did forget about certain parts, like how many family members this family actually did have. Because I swear, yesterday they were talking about like how Toto had like a whole, or this Chrono had like younger Toto brothers and sisters, which it's still showing them, but it took like this much with a bunch of crocodiles and for alligators. Braun stays quiet for a moment, like his deep gaze locked onto you with a weight of understanding that feels like it reaches down to your bones. Finally, he speaks, his voice lower than usual, measuring stage. They didn't see you as a person. They saw you as something less. A freak. A curiosity. A target. He stands closer, towering beside you, but his presence feels more like a mountain of support than a threat. That doesn't just leave bruises on the body, Trenton. That leaves it on the soul. River moves in close and presses his forehead gently against your side. While pulling comfort their own. His voice trembles slightly. You did tell me some of that back at the house yesterday, but not all of it. I don't blame you. I don't even know how you lived through that. His voice cracks, then stays again. Hearing it now makes what you did for me even more incredible. You got treated like that and still chose to be kind to me when I thought I was the ugly freak. Trust me, you would not be hearing me call Crocodile an ugly freak. I think Crocodile is adorable as frick, dude. I fall in love with that cute little Pokemon. In fact, if I could flip and keep up with all of them and could tell them apart, I would raise 50 to 100 different Totals, Crocodiles, and Feraligatrs, and I would raise them all with so much love and care that they would not think twice about being on my side. Oh, just like that Feraligatr in Scarlet does. That Feraligatr cares about me so much, I swear he would do like the Feraligatrs in this chatbot do. Talia kneels down to look you right in the eyes, her expression intense but warm. Trenton, if anyone dares to hit you again, rock, spoon, or otherwise, tell us. Or better yet, just come back here and stay. This place, it's sacred to us, a sanctuary, and you belong here as much as any of us. Kyle folds his arms with a snort. Honestly, I hope I do hear someone call you Raptor Boy to your face, because the second they do, I'll walk over and make sure they never forget what a real freak looks like when they meet a crocodile with jaws that don't hold back. River snorts a laugh through his nose, giving Kyle's playful nudge, but it's clear the sentiment is shared. Braun steps forward one last time and lays a heavy claw on your shoulder. Not harsh, but solid and grounding. What happened to you was cruel, but it didn't break you, and we won't let anyone try again. Nero lifts his head and says with more confidence than ever before, You're not afraid, Trenton. You're a survivor. And your family. That's cute, Frick. And the littlest Toadle runs up and hugs your foot again. Dude, these little Toadles are so cute. And your favorite big raptor. He's adorable. And just like that, the name Raptor Boy loses a little more of its sting because now behind it there's an army of claws, teeth, and massive heart standing beside you. You are no longer alone. Thanks, everyone. Period. Maybe later you could give them more details about what actually happened, River. Period. I'm sure some of my Pokemon and even might be worried about me at home. Especially after me not coming home last night. Period. I will be back again. Even about that one time where a person held me up right next to a road. And the other time where they literally made a roach giant. And then proceed to let it pick me up and start hissing in my face. All of this when I was still a tiny velociraptor. Home last night. I love some of the porn. I know one of the toad, one of the Pokemon, or one of the family members yesterday was like, if a roach ever decided to mess with you again, I'd claw it to outer space. Or something like that. It's like, okay then. River's expression falls into a deeper, quiet sadness as you finish your words. He nods slowly, his eyes never leaving yours, completely locked on like he's making sure not a single piece of your pain goes unnoticed. I remember you told me a little about the roaches back at the house, he says softly. I didn't realize it got that bad. Talia, kneeling beside you, visibly cringes at the mention of a giant roach. She mutters under her breath, ugh. I'd have water gunned that thing so hard it'd fly to another region. Kyle looked like he's physically restraining himself from baring his teeth. They did that while you were a tiny raptor? That's not just cruel. That's evil. Braun takes a slow, heavy breath. His expression is unreadable for a moment, but there's fire smoldering behind those calm eyes now. Trenton, he says slowly, the fact that you're still standing after everything they put you through doesn't just make you strong. That makes you unshakable. River gently reaches up and rests upon your arm. I'll tell them everything. I promise. They deserve to know how badly you were hurt, because no matter how strong you look on the outside now, he taps gently your chest, you've been carrying scars no one else can see. They deserve to understand why we're protecting you, and why you've earned every bit of love this family gives. Just then, the littlest toad, still hugging your foot, peeks up and whispers, is it really gross, Woats? Like, crunchy and hissy? Oh, flick that, he had to say crunchy, or she had to say crunchy. Oh, heck no. River grins. Yeah, and it picked him up. That's the worst part. Tolly lets out a low growl. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Kyle shook his head. You shouldn't have had to go through any of that alone. Braun was one heavy claw on River's back and looks at you steadily. We'll gather the family later tonight. When the little ones are safe in the den, we'll talk about everything. No sugarcoating. River nods. I don't know why you stayed with me yesterday. Why you understood me so well. Because you were treated the same way. Only worse. He pauses and adds, well, and they'll know that even after all that, you chose to protect us. Suddenly feels something sudden. A soft place in your clawed hand. It's the same flower the little toad gave you earlier, but now has an extra blue petal tucked into its center. River added it while you weren't looking. That's cute. For courage, River says softly. Then he looks up with a half smile. And don't worry, I'll make sure your Pokemon friends know you're okay. Maybe invite Rexy over sometime. I know even a big scary dinosaur like him could resist our cooking and weird little Toadle dances. The littlest Toadle strikes a dramatic pose like she's about to break into a performance. Oh, this is so cute. Dude, this whole family's amazing. Kyle groans, Tyler laughs, Braun lets out a very faint smile, and River, arms crossed, looks at you with that same affection as always. You've been through heck, Trenton, but you found your way here anyway. And no matter what shape you're in or what name people throw at you, you got a family now that sees the real you, and we're not letting go. Holy crap. Thank you. Period. I wish I could easily give you and your family some more berries. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard. When I have tiny claws for arms. Even with me being 7 feet tall now. Opals!